Hi everybody and welcome back to the Upside Down. I got to see Mickey 17 in the 4DX movie theater experience, and I'm here to tell you if it's worth it in the format. Before I get started, please make me your 4DX guy by subscribing to my YouTube channel, liking this video, and hitting that notification bell so you don't miss any more 4DX content from me. Stick around until the end for my final verdict on whether Mickey 17 is worth it in the format or not. I thought that it could be a fun time because it's a sci-fi adventure movie, so I thought that it could definitely lend itself well to the format, but maybe not like be top tier in 4DX, so I really liked the film. The trailers didn't make it seem like it was going to be non-stop action, but I could definitely see it fitting the format, but at the same time I was like, okay, maybe not. Maybe it'll just be a good, okay experience. Maybe it won't be worth it. I think that people that go see 4DX, especially if they don't see it that often, they're going to be wowed because it's something new, something more immersive, and something different to do. I know that people that go all the time do still love most of the experiences, but this was one, I think that it definitely has some fun in it. The seat movements are moving a lot there's some hand-to-hand combat. There's not much action in this film. You're feeling the bumps and the massagers in the back of your seat every time any character gets like knocked against something or thrown against something or they fall. Like when Mickey falls down in the snow down this like crevice. You're definitely feeling all that in your back with the massagers and the seats jolting and rumbling, vibrating. There is some vehicle stuff in this film. Sometimes it's just moving slow with that. Sometimes a little more rough. Sci-fi vehicles and weapons and all that kind of stuff. They really try to immerse you into this film. Characters are getting hit, thrown against stuff, falling, landing on the ground, all that stuff, punched, kicked. So there's a lot of massager use in the back of your seat. There's a lot of the puffs of air at your neck and ears and even at your ankles. There's a lot of sci-fi weapons in this. So when they go off, you're feeling the puffs of air at your neck and ears. There's like tasers in this and you feel the vibration in your seat. There isn't as much action as maybe you're expecting though. There is some downtime. I will say there is some times when I didn't think the seats matched what was going on screen well. What was going on screen seemed it would be much lighter than what the seats were doing. Maybe they just thought the film's so long, there's some downtime. We need to do it whenever we can and however we can. So sometimes it did match up. That wasn't much. That was a couple times. Because mostly I will say it matched up with what was going on screen the best it could. Definitely some movement with the camera angles as well. They just wanted to use it somewhere, so they used the different capabilities during downtime in different ways. So there's sometimes when it does move with the camera angles and the camera zooms and all that. Water was used several times. This is definitely a film where the water is used for more gross out stuff. There's vomit, blood, spit, throwing up blood. So it's used with a lot of those gross kind of liquids, as well as some of the snow stuff. No snow in my auditorium. If you have snow in your auditorium, you'll probably get more snow during these scenes. For us, it was mostly water during snowstorm scenes. And there's a rain scene where you're feeling some drips of water from the ceiling as well. The mist and the puffs of air come from in front of you. I didn't notice much of that, but definitely some good uses of water from the ceiling. Wind was used several times as well. Blizzards, wind is blowing in the auditorium, and there's a few uses of that because they do go out in the snow a few times. It's nothing too rough. It's used a good amount. Lights were used a handful of times. With those tasers, the lights will flash on each side of the auditorium with those tasers, the different sci-fi stuff, guns going off, different vehicles lighting up. There's some explosions in this. The lights flash with it as well. It does add to it though. When you do notice it, you just kind of see it out of your peripheral. With the explosions and stuff, you get the fog in the auditorium as well. In the front of the auditorium, it doesn't overstay its welcome, doesn't block the screen, it's not distracting, at least to me. So the fog is used a few times. Some of the snowstorm scenes, really windy and there's not really good vision through the snow. There's like gas that's smoke. The fog is used a few times with it. It's not every time though. There's some times where it's like smaller and it's really quick, so there was really no point in shooting up the fog, but it definitely helps immerse you into the film. Scent was used a couple times. There's actually one time when scent is mentioned like a couple times in one scene and the scent wasn't shot out. At least I didn't smell it, but like I said, it's the same scent all the time. It's used a couple times though. It's not even memorable here for me. There's this one scene in the third act with the stampede of those creatures that you see part of in the trailer. Before the third act, this probably would have been a definite no in 4DX. I really liked the movie, but the 4DX, while it was fun, 4DX I think is always gonna have its fun aspects, and some people are gonna have fun. No matter how the 4DX is used, just being in a 4DX auditorium is so cool to some people. It's gonna be at least an okay. With the prices increasing on 4DX, before that third act part, I definitely would have said no. But that third act part, the stampede for a couple minutes, really that whole third act action scene was nonstop and kind of constant. The stampede part, when it's focusing on that stampede, that was crazy. That was really intense. That was some of the best 4DX stuff I've seen. The seats were shaking and jolting really well with what was going on screen. It really felt like there was a stampede around you. It reminded me of like Twister or Twisters. When a twister would happen, the seats are like jumping up and down. It almost feels like they're gonna get detached from the floor and fly up. So that stampede really felt like that. I thought that was very well done. That almost made the movie worth it in the format. That was incredible in 40X. Not that it wasn't good before that and after that. There was a lot of good uses of the auditorium capabilities. For the most part, a tamer experience before that. So it's hard to think, like, would I recommend this in 40X? Especially with those price increases, at least near me. It wouldn't be a 100% recommend. It may not even get up to a light recommend. That Stampede scene at the end really did elevate this 40X experience for me. It's over 2 hours. You're sitting in those seats for over 2 hours. There's a lot of downtime. I don't know if I would have said, oh, this one should have definitely went to 40X or not. I'm not going to say go see it in 40X, but go see it in theaters. It's Bong Joon Ho. There's some really good visuals. I liked the idea. It's a creative idea. It's an original idea. For the most part, there's definitely some cliches in there. I think they executed the premise pretty well. Could have, used some patching up here and there. Maybe a little bit short of a runtime, but overall, I was impressed with the film. Have you seen Mickey 17 in 40X? What did you think of it in the format and just as a film? Let me know down in that comment section. If you liked what you've seen here and you want to see some more content from me, please click around here to see some other content from me. Please like this video, comment on this video, share this video with the movie fans in your life. Hit that notification bell, subscribe, make me your 40X guy, and come to the upside, Dan.